I like to give a shout out to a future Hall of Famer and a milestone that he achieved. The very last game of the season for his club. The San Antonio Spurs lost their last regular season game to the Utah Jazz by a count of 101 to 97. But the Spurs still finished with a 61 and 21 record. Very impressive considering that this is the first season since the end of the Tim Duncan era. They're first in the Southwest Division, second in the Western Conference, and the second best record in the NBA overall. Although they do end the season with a 3-game losing streak, they did the same thing last year, however. So maybe it doesn't mean too much. But in this loss, Pau Gasol scored 13 points. And with that, he came into the game with 19,988 points, needing 12 to reach the 20,000 point milestone, and he did. Pau Gasol now with 20,001 career point. Pau Gasol now, for his career, he's one of the very few men to achieve this. 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 3,500 assists, and at least 1,800 blocks. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of players that have achieved that. I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar may have done that. I'm trying to think of his career assists. Yeah, I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has done that. Don't know about Moses. If you include his ABA career, maybe Moses Malone may have. He was not really a great passing big man. He used to average somewhere like between 1 and 2 assists a game. Might have played enough games to reach that. I'm not sure. But I know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of them. Shaq may be another one that has reached that milestone. I think Tim Duncan. So when you look at the numbers, like I said, I'm not too sure with the assists with some of these guys, but I think Tim Duncan has reached that milestone. I'm pretty sure of it. And I think Shaq. But when you think of all the great big men to play this game, Pau Gasol may not be the very, very top tier as far as dominating. I know a couple of guys say they don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I think I know what they mean. They're talking about, well, he wasn't this dominating guy who got 35 rebounds and 25 rebounds and just dominated. He was more of a finesse guy, okay? But Pau Gasol was very good for a very long time, including his days with the Memphis Grizzlies. And you have to also include his European career, his career with the Olympics as far as being part of Spain. And when you add all these things together, it's a Hall of Fame caliber career, all right? I even dare say his resume is actually more impressive than Tracy McGrady's. It is. I'm not saying that he's peak for peak there with McGrady, but if McGrady's a Hall of Famer with the very porous postseason success that he had, not to say that postseason should be be all for everybody, it's not. But when you take Pau Gasol's tremendous postseason success, 2 NBA championships with Los Angeles Lakers. All right. In his prime, Pau Gasol was a guy that would get you 24 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 assists. Always shot the ball well. Shot 51% for his career so far. In his peak, he would shoot between 52 and 54% from the floor. He's extended his range this year. Let me check something here because I don't want to see his numbers in the last game. I don't want to speak without being. Let's see something here because he was flirting with an NBA record for 3-point percentage. All right, Powell finished the season shooting 53.8% from 3-point range, and I think the NBA record is 53.6%. Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, Pau Gasol may have set a record for 3-point percentage, but I'm not sure if he took enough attempts or not. I have to look into that one. I might do a video separate for that if he did. But I wonder if Pau Gasol, if the Spurs were able to win a title this year, I think Golden State's favored. But let's just say Pau Gasol and the Spurs were able to win a championship, and this is Pau Gasol's third title. Do you think that Pau Gasol might retire in that scenario? And I want to say this in particular to people who are fans of Gasol and are San Antonio Spurs fans. What do you think would happen in that scenario? But tell me what you guys think.